So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to color porcelain. What we color porcelain with is stain, okay? So it will stain your clothes because it's stain. So it comes in little bags like this, and when I mix it, I have to wear at least an KN95 mask, if not a stronger mask or a respirator, because when it's dry, just like dry clay, it's not good to breathe. So stains are what make up the color in underglazes, glazes, and colored slips. The other material besides stain are oxides, okay? The only oxide I have right now is red iron oxide. It will stain your clothes worse than anything else. So when you're doing this colored clay, if you choose to do it, you'll want to get an apron. You don't have to wear one of the clay aprons. There's other aprons on the wall over there. And you'll also want to wear gloves because it stains, okay? So what is a stain? Basically, it's a blend of metal and ceramic oxides that make the color. And then oxides are a raw material, and they are minerals usually that you find in nature. And so we use those to make colored slips, glazes, underglazes. If you take ceramics too, you'll get to mix your own, okay? You'll wear a mask and you'll get to mix your own and make your own colors. But what we did yesterday is Mr. Chamness and I made our colored slips for you to do your colored porcelain. This is not required, but it's fun and I think you'll really enjoy it. The reason we color porcelain instead of stoneware is it's bright white, and so the color stays and is brighter. Okay, and so the directions are on the wall over there if you forget to look at those. And you can do it all one color, like this star, okay, this pink star. You can take two colors. This is black colored slip and red iron oxide, and you can marble them together. You can throw them on the wheel. This one's bisque fired, so you can't see the colors. There's pink and green. If you wet it, you can see the color a little brighter. So when you put glaze on it, you'll see that it will be much brighter, okay? This one has been glazed. It was blue, black, and white, and then they put the glass in. So this is not food safe, okay? You can't use that. So to start, first of all, I wanted to show these quick because they're cool. So these were done yesterday with the porcelain. They're really fragile when they're bone dry. The holes are big enough because remember porcelain shrinks 20%. This one's Nathan's. Nice smooth edges, right? And this one's the rice paper transfer. This one they added their own little loop to make the really cool angel wing. This one was done with the sprig molds. Okay, if you use the sprig mold, make a big chunk of clay or porcelain, press it into that, and then pull it out. So really, it's stoneware and porcelain. You can do everything with porcelain that you can do with stoneware, any type of decoration you want to do, okay? So when you're done making them, they need to go on the plates on the cart. They're easier for me to load and unload in the kiln and less chance of things breaking. Okay, when you get started, if you choose to color porcelain, you need newsprint. So I have small pieces there, and you guys know where the big pieces are to wrap it. 2 sheets at least. I don't want to stain our tables, okay? 2 sheets at least, and then you need an apron and gloves. I only have size large, so sorry if they're a little big on your hands, or if you have to stretch them a lot if you have bigger hands than I do. Okay, so you'll take your gloves and then take a chunk of the white porcelain, and then the colors for the slips are under here, are in this Tupperware container. So I have black, a maroon, kind of brown, 2 bags of iron oxide, 2 bags of green because I mixed too much up. We have lavender, yellow. So basically you pick the color that you want. I'm gonna do green because I have lots of that. And what I did is, when you open this, guys, the corner's already cut. So if you've ever seen somebody decorate a cake or a pastry, they put them in a Ziploc or a pastry bag and cut the corner. So one of these corners is already cut. That's why it's in an extra Ziploc, okay? So I gotta find which corner it is by squeezing it. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna set this on the newsprint. Then I'm gonna take my porcelain and I'm gonna make, it can be any size really, but we're making small objects here or jewelry. Okay, see it's already staining it. And then you just make a pinch pot A little hard with gloves, but you can do it. So a teeny little pinch pot, like this. If you've ever made fresh pasta before, maybe you've done it with like the pile of the semolina or pasta flour, and then you put the egg in there, right? So we have the little pinch pot, and then like I said, I cut a little section off. You squeeze it in a little bit, okay, and fill it, and then put this back in the bag. You don't have to zip it shut yet because you might want more. All right, and then you squish it. You're gonna knead it together. So it's gonna kind of go all over the place like that. And you're gonna squish it. So there's an advantage and disadvantage to this. The advantage is it makes the porcelain that's kind of dry softer. The disadvantage is it can be too soft. Then you can rip it and blend it some more. So you can leave it kind of marbled, or you can completely blend it. Okay, so I recommend that you tear it apart a few times. Again, it's a little hard with gloves. Okay, so you can leave it kind of marbled, or you have to really put some energy into it to really color the whole thing. Now sometimes it's not workable because it's too soft. So if it's too soft, flatten it a little bit like this. Don't put it by the fan. Just leave it out for a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes before you use it. Okay? Then you can make anything that you would like out of this. It could be a piece of jewelry, a little animal like a turtle, something. And you can also make more than one color, like they did with this one, the black and iron oxide, and then you can marble them or blend them together. In ceramics too, you can throw with this. Maybe you guys have seen the bowl that Paige made that was swirled. She's in my ceramics 3 class. So you just keep blending it. After you're done, if the gloves bug you, you can take it off. It's just for that initial really messy stuff, because it shouldn't stain your hands too much, but it will stain your clothes and the table. So if you get your hands a little green, that will wash off. It's just that initial start. If you have extra, please grab a tiny Ziploc, and you don't want it anymore. If you want it, you can put it in the back with your stuff. Grab a Ziploc, and there are 2 boxes, regular porcelain, extra colored porcelain for other people to use, okay? So this is a little hard to see, but this necklace was done with colored porcelain. So you might be thinking, why don't I just underglaze it? Well, it's a total different look to have a fully colored porcelain than just to underglaze it, okay?